Good afternoon or good evening, wherever you happen to be. An important part of cybersecurity, particularly, is the integrity of information in our systems. And I know I've talked a lot about AI security recently, and one of the things that's been going through my mind is how do you apply applicable laws like GDPR to data sets that have been learnt through AI? And particularly the thought of unlearning the information that it has in the system. Now, if you think about GDPR and the right to be erased in Article 17, how would you achieve that in an AI system without too much difficulty? And there's a couple of options I found about this, and one is the implementation of guardrails. Now, guardrails basically deny access to a piece of information, and we've seen this in place in things like ChatGPT, where it won't produce information that is detrimental to society. However, we have found ways around guardrails. One of the examples I gave was how I managed to get ChatGPT to tell me how to make ricin. By its own nature, it blocks access to that information, but using guardrails. But by successfully crafting good prompts, you can get around those guardrails. So they're not entirely effective. Now, if somebody gives you a request to have their information deleted from an AI, or for example, it's infringed copyright and you need to remove that data, how can you achieve that? Well, another way of doing it is to retrain the data set without that information. And you can basically create a forget set or a list of sites and information it shouldn't access during that retraining system. Now, that in itself can be computationally very expensive. You have to go through the whole process of retraining, which can take a long time and cost a lot of money to do that. So one of the things I'm thinking is that maybe guardrails can be something that can be put in place effectively immediately to protect access to an area of information, knowing that that is not 100% effective, but use that whilst you then generate a list of forget sets of information for a later retraining. Another technique that have been used, which is a sort of halfway house, is to retrain the AI in such a way that it reinforces the data that you want it to be presenting and de-emphasizes the information that has been effectively erased. So I think it's something that's going to be developing. I'm going to be writing another blog on this, and I encourage you to visit my LinkedIn page at a later date when I shall put that up. I'll obviously make an announcement of that. But there's a lot of information and a lot of research that's being done into this particular field. I think it's going to have a tremendous impact on AI and people's rights to data privacy, for protecting copyright around the world as well. And it's something I think we all need to consider. If we want to have an ethical AI, we need it to be legally compliant as well. So the other thing that you can do by unlearning, is reduce bias within the data sets as well. So yeah, I think this is going to be an important topic for us all to follow up on. So watch this space and I shall put out more as soon as I've collated it together. Anyway, have a great day, take care, great to see you all again.